Hey, how you doing tonight? I'm Jerry Dove, and I'm welcoming you to another edition of IRTS Live. We're still on a little bit of a summer hiatus, so we got another great encore presentation for you. Angie B, Busted Records, MC Hammer, Don't Want to Lose Your Love. She was a lot of fun. We had on her a few months ago. She's got some great stories. She's funny as hell. You're going to enjoy this show. And if you enjoy this show, do me a favor. Go to our YouTube channel at IRTS, and there's a space show, IRTS space show, and hit subscribe. It's free. You can binge watch all the shows that we've done, including some of the TV shows, if I remember that song. But for tonight, enjoy Angie B. We'll catch you later.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You got the almighty DJ CJ Flash back with a brand new live episode of I Remember That Song. And here to tell you all about this action-packed show is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jerry Dove.
CJ Flash, Dominus Ominous.
Dominus Ominous.
Dominus Ominous. My dog is barking like crazy already, so I hope he stops in time, or I'm going to put the Dominus Ominous on him.
Gotta hit him with the Dominus Ominous.
But I digress. How are you tonight, my brother?
Fantastic, man. How are you?
I'm fantastic as well. We got a good show tonight, man.
Yes, we do.
We're celebrating a Bay Area legend.
Yes.
We're going to celebrate Latin music.
Yes.
We're going to celebrate the fact that Ryan Nicole is back.
Yes.
We're going to have a good time tonight. So let's bring everybody in so we can talk and get this show going.
I love it.
There we are. Hello, everybody.
Hey, how are you?
Fantastic.
What it don't do.
All right. Well, let's talk to Ryan Nicole first, since we missed you last 2 weeks, I guess. Huh?
I know.
Yes, we missed you.
And y'all done feng shui. CJ got a new background. You got a new brooch, Jerry. Like, what's up? Nobody told me.
Well, you know what? I sent y'all that clip from Queen Latifah's story about the brooch. Huh? I should have posted that up here on this show tonight.
You should have. No, it's good to be back. I'm glad to be here. And I had a little slip there. It's God to be back, and that's real.
I like that.
Yeah.
You're such a wordsmith. You should really do that for a living or something.
I should or something.
Yeah.
Take up poetry or something. I'm gonna think on it.
And talk about it out loud and stuff in a rhythmic fashion.
That's a good
jazzy
idea.
Undertones. I watched that show a couple weeks ago when you were talking about all that.
Oh, word. Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll go from Ryan Nicole to Tracy Anderson, the CEO of Plush Life Media.
Hey guys.
Hey.
How are you?
Fantastic.
What's good, Tracy?
Everything is good.
Yeah.
Everything is good. I get to see you all, your wonderful faces, and we get to talk music, and I get to see my big sis who I haven't seen in forever.
All right, well, she's excited. Angie B is really, truly excited. Let me tell you, every time I've talked to her.
That high note again.
I know you're not talking to me, so but she is very excited. So I'm looking forward to talking with her as well. So awesome. Big Russ.
Yes, sir.
I see that shirt. I see what you're doing, but I'm gonna let you say it out loud. Tell us about this shirt this week.
Today. May the 4th be with you.
Yes, I get it.
May the 4th be with you. Jerry, I am your father.
Wow.
Right.
Nope. Well, are you big? I mean, I'm asking a dumb question. Are you a Star Wars fan? Or are you just like that shirt?
I am a fan. I remember when my friend Sean's mother dropped us off at the Coronet Theater in San Francisco at 10 o'clock in the morning. and we stayed there all day long. I hear you, Flash.
Got you covered,
Yeah.
brother.
Yes, I hear you, Flash.
That's the music from the bar or the club or something like
Yes,
that, right?
yes, the tattoo.
Russ was a DJ there.
Okay.
You look
All
in the
right, see-
corner. If you look in the corner, you'll see me on the edit. I can tell you who shot first.
Okay. All right. Well, CJ Flash is already doing his thing. He's the music director of IRTS Live. How you doing tonight, my man?
Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. May the force be with you.
May the
How about
fourth
that?
be with you.
May
I
the fourth
get it. I like
with
it. All right. So look, we got a great show tonight, man. We got this sister coming on first for the first hour or so. We've got Angie B. She is from the Bay. She's a legend. She's a good friend of our good friend Tracy Anderson. James Early saw that I posted something about Angie in the lounge the other day. He called me up and said, "Yo, you want to have her on?" I said, "Yeah, I'd love to." Here she is on the phone right there. So glad I said yes. That would have been awkward.
Hello.
If she's sitting right there. So with no further stuff from me, let's bring in, please, Miss Angie B.
Hey.
Applause. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. I'm not touching anything.
Good. Angie tells me this is your very first time doing any kind of a Zoom. I mean, we're on StreamYard, but you've never done this?
No.
How did you escape not having to do one of these for something?
I know. It's crazy. I mean, I've been in flipping houses and it's not required. So I don't know.
Well, let's start right there. I know you're down in the Atlanta area, so tell everybody what you're doing and where you're at and that kind of thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, Jerry, before I jump in, I just want to say, Tracy, I love you, girl. Tracy, I can't see without my glasses, right? Yeah, all right. So
It's her.
I'm looking at you going, I know her. Where do I know her from? I love you.
Sweetheart. I love you too.
Oh, God.
Y'all hit him with the color
It's been
purple.
decades. It has
My
been
Yeah.
decades.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's been a minute.
Mhm.
So I'm in Atlanta. I've been here since 04. And I'm heavy into the real estate side here. I'm flipping houses. I'm staging. I'm doing Airbnbs. And thank God I had something else to fall back on after that, the music, and just as the music, I love it. I have a passion for it. And it's working for me.
And I know you're still doing some music here and there because we've got a few things that you passed on to me, and I saw it online. So we might play something that's recent from you, if not new.
Okay. I'm
All
good
right.
with it.
Now I'm going to give you and Tracy a couple of minutes to talk about what you've been doing and how you know each other. And Tracy's going to be the star. She's going to be the star of this segment. And that's she's the star of this one. So go ahead, Tracy.
Well, Angie, welcome. Hopefully this won't be the last time that you come on here.
I know.
We just have like a relaxed conversation about music, something that we all love,
Yeah.
And we will kind of touch on your career, and just talk about your impact as a front runner, of a female. I think you might have been Beyonce before Beyonce in terms of dancing and the stage presence and that level of confidence in representing the South. Now, you're originally from Mississippi, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yes. So sometimes you get mistaken for being from the Bay. That's because you spent so much time here, and the label was based here. But you are from Mississippi. What part of Mississippi?
Southern bred girl. Out by the reservoir. It's about I'd say about 45 minutes from the main city, which is Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my whole family's there. We're the only ones here in Atlanta, girl.
Right.
Everybody else is still at home. Nobody wanted to make the change.
Well, listen. So how we know that you were signed to Busted Capitol Records in the 90s. Mm-hmm. How did you meet Hammer, and how did that whole thing come about?
I was working for Bank of America. and I think it was maybe about $21.32 in my account. So I was going to go get that 20, you know.
Okay.
When I went to get the 20, there was music coming out of this studio, and I, just walked in off the street, and I said, "Excuse me." I was like, "Whose studio is this?" And the person I was talking to ended up being my baby's dad, and it's James Early, and he said, "Do you sing?" And I said, "Yes." And that was it. Rest was, presentation time, just timing was, I think timing was everything. God was just, this was supposed to happen, so.
That's amazing. So shout out to James Early, my big bro.
J.E. Yeah.
We love you. We definitely love you. So then how did that process start with the creation of your project? I know you first started out doing background vocals for both Hammer and 357.
Yeah.
How was that?
The first song I did, I was still working for Bank of America, and Jamie, he called Hammer and he said, "I got somebody I want you to meet." And Hammer came down to the studio and he said, "Can you sing?" I said, "Can you rap?" And that was pretty much,
Yes.
That was the beginning of our relationship. He says, "I need you to do this song." I said, "Listen, I work for Bank of America. I'm sick of these folks telling me they're going to blow me up. I'm going to be a star." No. He said, "I'll give you $3,000. I was like, "I'll be there in a minute."
Hey.
Can I interject one thing here? For the people that are watching that don't know, the reason why you two know each other is because Tracy worked with Hammer for a whole bit. So, So Tracy, why don't you give him 30 seconds on the people who don't know, and then that'll make the connection make even more sense.
Yes, I got my start in the music industry working for Busted Capitol Records. Started out doing marketing. And then publicity, and I had the honor, to work with such a beautiful lady like Angie B and all of the other amazing talent. So that's where the history comes from. I was only 18 years old. So, being around you and 357 and a lot of the staff there, that was my training ground, and my foundation. So we had a whole lot of fun. We
were all so young, but Tracy, you were truly a friend. I had to lean on you a few times.
Listen, absolutely, it wasn't easy.
No,
it was not easy. It was not an easy situation. And maybe well, let's talk about your first album. The cover that you did of the Emotions. How was that process? Was that a Lewis concept, or how did that work for you?
Well, Hammer, number one, he can't sing, but he's very, very good at conveying what he wants, how he wants it to sound. He'll give you pump it. No, okay, yeah, I got you. I can take it from there. Take it from there. But it was his idea to do Don't Want to Lose Your Love. It was his he's like, we were all big on remakes. I mean, I could do a remake in a day. And it was just my thing, because as I was when I was growing up, that was my thing. I can sing like Patti LaBelle. I'm gonna be on stage with her one day. I can sing. But
nice.
I mean, so it was easy when he's. Oh yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I can do that song. We did that song in 4 hours, so it worked out really, really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have to be one of the most confident. You have to be one of the most confident artists I've ever worked with.
What?
In terms, just overall confidence and how your presentation and everything.
Wow.
Just so confident, and it really relayed in your music, and your stage presence. Do you have a highlight, be it an award show or anything like that really sticks out for you?
I was just getting ready to say, if you came out of Mississippi, you'd have confidence. I was so ready to get on that bus, that one-way Greyhound bus ticket. I was like, I ain't never coming back. Oh my goodness, my highlight. I loved all the shows, but I think my highlight was really the first time I heard myself on the radio. The girls and I, you know where the studio is. We were on our way to rehearsal. We done pulled a truck over, got out in the middle of the street. Them folks like, what the hell is going on with these folks? But yeah, I think the first time I was calling my mom in Mississippi talking about, Mama, I'm on the radio. Can you hear? She said, baby, I'm in Mississippi.
No, I can't hear.
Well, it wouldn't be long until they heard you all across the country. So let's do this. Can we slide that song in here real quick? Let's do the one we're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, now Angie, we got to warn you, you can't sing or talk while the music is playing. Because it'll drown it out. Okay, I know you want to.
I won't do it. I promise. I ain't touching nothing either.
I'll mute her. If you want to sing along, it's fine. I'll mute you on our end.
That's a trick.
All right, CJ.
Go ahead, Flash. Wow. That's a whole lot of energy there. Oh my goodness.
Still got it, clearly.
Tracy, show them that album cover or the cover that went with that song, Tracy.
Oh, God. With that cold 6-pack.
Oh, come on, right. That's what I want to talk about.
Honey,
goodness gracious.
Bam.
Isn't she gorgeous?
Yeah.
Still just as beautiful.
Now, how many takes? You said it took that song 4 hours and you got that song down?
Oh yeah, we were rolling though. I was true to my craft. I would practice the night before,
Yes.
Make sure I had all my vocals together because time is money. When you go in the studio, you're paying by the hour. I'm like, Camera gonna deduct that from my check. I need that money.
He said, I didn't forget that $21 at the bank.
They said this is recoupable. Hurry up, honey. Let's go push play.
Yes, I heard that.
So Angie, I do have a question. So we were in a very hip hop environment. Though you are a sultry R&B singer, we were in a very, very hip hop environment. How was that for you as a front runner? Our premier R&B artist that came out on the label. Was that a major contrast for you, or was it easy for you?
I kind of reacclimated my brain because truly, heart. I'm an R&B singer. I didn't even know too much about rap until I got with Hammer. I didn't really listen to rap. 357. James Early was just such a dope producer. Am I dating myself by saying dope? I'm sorry. It's just the old school.
You're right there.
You in the right place.
It was many things that I learned along the way. I think the one thing that really, got me was that I would be categorized as Angie B the rapper, and I'm like, rapper. No,
yeah.
but
I don't have to think.
It was okay, and then I just stopped saying anything, and I just started singing, and just kind of let the voice speak for itself. You ain't gonna see me doing no rap because
Come on, Busta Rhymes. Come on, Angie.
Oh, girl, please. I tried that too. That didn't work.
Nice.
Listen.
So tell me about the dance steps, because I was just trying to nod my head to the beat, and it's
not a nod beat.
No, it's not a nod.
You gotta-
How do you dance on that, man? You must be.
Yeah.
How did y'all
Well-
get in such great shape and stay in such great shape? You're like Steph Curry shape.
Well, you know what? Believe it or not, there's a real story behind that. When I came, 357, they were already positioned to be the dancers. And I didn't know how. I just knew how to sing. So me being me, I had to take I'm really finna date myself now, but I had to take the VCR, and I would go to the room and I would rehearse by myself, and I couldn't do what they did. So that's how I came up with that, that thing, that, yeah. That's how I came up with that. I had to improvise because what they were doing, they were so far ahead of me. I'm like, I'll be doggone if y'all leave me in the dust. It is not happening. I was very competitive. Wasn't I, Tracy?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Outspoken, competitive, and just bold, and I was here for it, okay?
But yeah, that's how it came to be. I mean, and when Juicy came, it was just, I was like, Hammer, they don't want me in this video. What's wrong with these people? I was like, I'm gonna have to come up in here and show out. I ain't gonna get no part, right? And Hammer, anytime I went to him, he would always be like, y'all leave her alone,
But speaking of which, go ahead. No, finish your statement. Go ahead.
No. Anyway, that's how we got it. And I knew that every throw, every sling of my hip had to be on point. It had to be.
No, that's right.
It had to be. So that's how it happened, pretty much. I danced out of my shoes in that video.
I love it.
I did.
I love it.
Yes, you did. How was it being, because you instantly became a sex symbol?
Ooh.
I mean, when you sing a song like Juicy Got Him Crazy, that just automatically is going to put you in the sex symbol category.
Yeah.
And then with the moves that you made up with the VCR, honey.
Yeah.
And then the body rolls. So it was like, how was that hard for you, as you started to just take off and everything? I know that we were very protective of you because every man, colleague in the industry were like, I want to meet Angie. And I'm like, no, leave her alone. So how was that for you?
It was interesting because, and let's go back. That's another time when Hammer couldn't sing, but he could convey what Juicy. I'm like, yeah, I got you. Okay, all right. I'm telling you. I know, but that man, I'm telling you, when I say that man can't hit a note, please, Jesus. I said, bro, I got you. I got it from here. But it was a trip for me because I didn't see it coming. I just knew that, Tabitha and Dewana were some dancing fools. Those girls could dance. Oh my God. I was like, there's no way I'll be able to hang with them. There's no way,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, maybe the combination of the voice and the dance. I don't know what it was, but after the shows, you would have all these guys coming in like Deion Sanders and John Sally and I ain't gonna name the rest of them, but but anyways, it was interesting because I was young. I was like, oh hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
You're young from Mississippi. What you know, right?
Naivete. Look, I'm the star. Yeah. Ain't nobody here better than me.
I love it.
Tracy, I used to tell my family, don't take no pictures with Hammer. We the star. We just not where he is right now. Now come on, let's go.
Yes.
All right, but let's do this. Let's do this. Flash, you got a little Juicy for us?
Yes, you know I do.
Please, I'm about to get up and dance. Hold up.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Get it, Russ. Go ahead, Russ.
I gotta represent. I gotta represent
Yeah.
Mississippi.
Man.
Angie from Mississippi. My father's from Holly Springs, Mississippi. So I gotta represent.
Wow.
I gotta represent.
Oh,
My
that
mother,
is-
my mother and father from Meridian, Mississippi, too.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
My
See?
sister and my
Tupelo,
sister.
Mississippi.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
And I don't think any of us could do that role like that, though.
Russell and Angie got us.
I had it.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
How did it go again, Russ?
One more time. One more time.
Russ said no. That's not the Mississippi, Russ. That's the.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy now. It's already out there.
Oh my
I ain't
God.
touching nothing. I ain't touching nothing.
That is too funny. Well, Jerry, we have some people that are viewing from our
Yes.
audience.
Yes.
We want to shout out Dante, and he just had a question of the night. What was Russell doing? Yvonne, shout out to you. Everybody is enjoying all of this shenanigans.
Dante, that's called the crooked letter.
No, that was the humpback.
Oh, that was the humpback.
That was the humpback. Get it right.
And shout out to our sis, Sweet LD. She was like, she's waiting on her to come. I actually talked to her the other day. She was like, when y'all gonna have us come on? I said, well, that's up to the executive producer.
Well,
that's my sister.
more than welcome. More than welcome. Anytime.
I actually just talked to her yesterday. I talked to her yesterday, and no, I'm sorry, that was Sunday. But both of them are so prevalent.
Yep.
They're so a part of my life, my kids' life. We're all so close. We are so.
That's so great to hear. That's so great to hear. You don't hear that sisterhood,
it's a journey. That whole thing was a journey. It really, really. It was a journey.
That's right.
Well, over here on my side, we got Ronald Malone watching. We've got my niece Nicole Dove is watching. Jeff Sanders is watching. Pamela Diva Dom is watching.
Absolutely. So if you guys want to share, this is a good time to share with your friends. Tag 2 or 3 people because we are having a whole lot of fun just talking about music. We are on YouTube. If anything happens to our Facebook feed, you can immediately go over to YouTube and check us out over there as well. What advice would you give Ryan Nicole? Ryan Nicole is an MC, a poet, and singer, and an actress. And an activist. She's very, very present.
And a mother, and a wife, and a daughter.
Yes. Yes.
She runs track.
I used to.
Yeah, she's a whole athlete. You know what I mean?
But I'm leaning in. I want to hear what you have to say, Angie B, because I'm already gleaning gems from you, just in terms of your confidence, like for real.
Oh man, and I don't want to come off the wrong way because I'm so.
No,
You're not. You're not.
Every minute of it.
But I think this to be true. I have grown up just in my life. Doing this one rule just for myself. You treat people like you want to be treated and be prepared when your opportunity presents itself to you. Be ready. Because when I walked in off the street, I had no idea my life was going to change in an instant. I think this is from my own. Never give up. And God is always first. No matter where you think you are, he's never going to leave you alone. He's always there. Amen. So just when you get ready to, oh God, I can't do this anymore. Hey, he steps right in, picks you up, and carries you the rest of the way.
Amen.
So just continue to believe in yourself and continue to do what you're doing.
Amen. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you. I want to say, I think you deserve a flipping TV show. A house flipping TV show, right?
She has a personality.
I'm saying you got personality. No, you got personality.
How's you throwing a glass of water at people? How's that actually?
No, not one of those.
Because then I have to come on the set and whoop whoever's trying to become my sister. It'll be a situation.
We talking about house flipping on HGTV.
Oh, there,
Well, Ryan, you might have to be the executive producer now.
I might have to put on another hat. hat. Hello.
Oh, I love, you know what? I actually had somebody approach me in reference to doing one of those I'm so private. Oh my God. But that house show now, that would be like my day, all day up my alley. That's my channel. HGTV, the cooking channel, and I'm real big on politics. And definitely, yeah, exactly.
You know, I want to say this to you. I want to give you some kudos, and I hope you receive this, right?
Okay.
But in the 90s, it was a stereotype of what was acceptable, right? In terms of who was in the forefront.
Yeah.
You kicked the door down and you owned it. I mean, gorgeous beauty. How was that for you? I mean, I wish in that time we were prepared to make sure you had, you know, hair endorsements and makeup endorsements, because any product you had on, all of your fans wanted to know what you were wearing. Is that something?
Yeah, I remember that.
I definitely bought the tennis dress and the biker shorts. I asked my parents for the half top. They weren't having that, but yeah.
So
I remember that.
Is that something you would add to your brand today? Like if someone approached you for, say, an eyeglass line or anything like that?
Oh, absolutely. And you got to remember, guys, I have been preparing for that moment, not even knowing that I was going to walk into that studio for all of my life. I've been singing since I was 4 years old. My neighbors that lived next door to us said, Robert's my dad. You got to do something with that girl, honey. She is up to 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning just singing. So my daddy closed the carport and I could sing all night, you know. So I think that, you know, just being prepared for that moment and just knowing that it was coming for me. That was it. I ate, I slept, I drank music. I mean, it was just, I knew it was coming. I just wanted to be ready. But you know, Tracy, we went through a lot of changes, and I wish we would have been more prepared, you know, for the things that were getting ready to come our way. But unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. But you know, what is for you that God has is just for you, and that's it. If I never do this again, I am Angie B. So,
that part, and
forever.
All right, so where did the B Angie B come from? The first B, where did that come from?
My last name is Boyd, Angela Boyd, and we were going to go Angie B, but Angie Stone already had it. And when I asked Hammer if, you know, like he could rap, you know, we kind of just hit it off. He's like, I like you. You just be yourself. You just be yourself. You just be Angie B.
Yes. Yes.
I was like, that'll work.
Works for me. Yeah.
I said, now you brought up God a few times tonight. I know that you're singing a lot of gospel music and you're really into that world now. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, my dad's a preacher, and my dad was the reason I never smoked weed. I was so scared. I was like, girl, if you put that cigarette to your mouth, you ain't gonna never make it.
I needed your dad in my formative years.
I can hear my dad in my ear. I'm like, literally, I could hear I had my first drink when I was 20-something, 20, 23, 24, or something like that. But no, drugs just scared me so bad. I just felt like, girl, you ain't ready. No, just say no. You know,
because you said no, honey, your skin is popping. You look amazing, and we're all in our right mind. Amen.
Yeah. Now, Tracy, you remember too, and that was the other thing that relieved me so was, you know, Hammer was running such a tight ship, and when he said that day, if I catch you doing drugs, you go home on the Greyhound bus. I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh,
yeah, that's not my vice, so I'm all right.
I was so relieved, happy, yes.
Amen.
But CJ, I think CJ's got something that we need to hear then, if it's from that gospel world of yours. So go ahead, Flash.
All right.
Okay.
Once I wished upon a star, and there you were, shining so brightly. most amazing thing. And your eyes dancing in the moonlight, all night. You whisper in my ear things that I long to hear. People, can you hear it now? Take your time and let love flow. You gotta give it everything, not just a little bit of love. Is all around us, it's in the air. It's the strangest feeling I can't explain. Take my breath away, boy, I can't breathe. Love.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that wasn't about the Lord, but that was a good one.
Right, I was like, is that gospel or wait?
Right, okay.
Oh my God!
Jesus whisper in my ear. All right.
Let me tell y'all about this song, right?
Okay, please.
So James Early, we came to visit in California one day, and we have this magic. You know, we can just sit down and Jamie picks up the guitar and I'll just start singing whatever. So he was playing the guitar and I just started singing, and this is how this song came to be. We went to the studio, we did the background vocals, laid it down, and my company I was working with at the time was in Sweden. So they were like, put it on. That's it. We're good. That's the song, you know. So that's pretty much how that.
You told me you did all the background vocals and everything in that, right? Yourself?
Yeah. All by just me and Jamie, and it was a trip because it when we're together, and this is, I think, the magic of us. It happens so naturally, you know. It's just you just got that. Tracy, you know.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's such a professional.
He is,
because when I went in behind the booth for the first time, I was scared to death. You know what I mean? I was so scared, Angie. But you know, he just was so kind and just kind of walked me through that process. So shout out again.
I know.
Speaking of that, did you ever have Tracy sing on some of your stuff?
Absolutely not.
Tracy, are you sure you did it? I thought you did that. What's his name with 357? If you think you can move and turn it.
Yeah. She blessed us with that a while back.
Wait a minute.
Hey.
We need to isolate your voice in there, Tracy.
I have a version of it with my vocals.
You gotta say that one. Come on,
how's that?
Because that was just a reference vocalist for that.
Forever holding out, T.
No,
every week we learn something new about her.
Look at it.
Thank you, Angie, for making her admit to singing on that track.
Yes.
CJ,
I got you. What? I got you.
All right. So when you were touring, I mean, you did everything. So were you on Arsenio Hall and all those kind of places too? You did all those shows.
Yeah.
What was that like? Did you get to meet Arsenio? I'm sure you met Arsenio, right? You sit on the couch.
Well, I did. I met Arsenio like long before I did his show. I did Coming to America.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Do tell.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It was a lot of us. I think that was before En Vogue was En Vogue. I think it was before Troop was Troop.
Yeah.
It was a lot of us.
Were you in the club scene?
We were the pretty girls, but we got left on the cutting room floor. I met him at a party that we had for John Landis. And Arsenio and Eddie and everybody was really, really nice. Even though we were just, like the pretty girls or extras or whatever you want to call us, but it was a fun time. And it led to all of us kind of making it at the same time. We were like, what are you doing? Oh, what are you, Sandy? Oh my God. What? And it was like that. Tony. I mean, it was amazing.
Wow.
It was an amazing time.
Yeah.
Oaktown's full of some talent here. Some talent.
Amazing time for the Bay Area. There was so much music coming out of the Bay.
Oh man, I was so proud to be a part of the mix. Just all of that was just beautiful to me. It was. I mean, I worked with Tony and Cindy in Eastmont Mall in Oakland. Yes. So we were just like, what? Who's gonna make it next?
Nice.
But it was beautiful. As soon as I got off that Greyhound bus, I went to work. I got there on a Thursday and I was working on a Saturday. I just knew I was determined to make it. I was ready.
Well, question for you. It's a two-part question. All right. The first part is, who were your vocal influences growing up? And then the second part is, who are some people that you really like who's in your iTunes that you go to often?
My girls, Patti LaBelle was my number one. Her voice was just amazing to me. Every high note she hit, I wanted it. I wanted to hit it. Aretha Franklin. I loved Whitney. I love Mariah. Beyonce's got a nice voice. I like her. Let me see. Today,
Toni Braxton.
Yeah, I like Tony.
Why do you make her do that, Jerry?
You're like a second soprano, right?
Right.
She's just got a different voice.
She's an alto, and you're what, a soprano?
Yeah. Like the high singing girls. Them squeaky weekies. I like that. But was that bad? That was bad.
No.
I love you, Tony. I love Tony. I do. But I like her. I like Emily King. I think she's phenomenal. I really do. On the gospel side, I love and adore Leandria Johnson. She is just, oh my God. And those are the type of people I have to listen to keep me, to grow in, just to keep my voice forever changing. Because some of the runs they do, I'm like, oh, I need to steal that, and I need that. Oh, I need that. Play it one more time, it's good. But you do learn when you listen to other artists. There's some runs that Beyonce. Oh, I'm like, oh girl, and I'm gonna have to play that back 4 or 5 times.
So we had Chocolate on the show some time ago, a few weeks ago, and she talked about a certain timbre of a voice, that really gets her. And you have that timbre, and you don't hear that with soprano vocalists that much. You have that rasp in there and that soul, and but you hit the high register. It's just you have a really dynamic and complex vocal tone that's really beautiful.
Wow. And I'm so blessed right now, because I think no matter what you do, like I came here and I just kind of, I'm not a multitasker. So I have to concentrate on one thing at a time, right? If I'm doing the music, I'm not doing the houses. If I'm doing the houses, I'm not doing the music. So when I'm doing the houses, the music is constantly tugging at me, just tugging. Somebody will call and say, oh, I'm like, oh, I just can't do it right now. But when I get in this house and I get on my mic, I'm like, okay, girl, come on, you gotta do this. You gotta. It's pulling at my soul. It's just a part of my DNA, But yeah, wow.
Okay. All right.
Are you blessing somebody's house of worship right now?
Huh?
You blessing somebody's house of worship as the music ministry, or what? What's good?
Yeah. I go to Mountain West, and I'm very, very low key. I don't, unless you know
find
it.
That hard to believe.
Right. No, unless I live here, I don't. You know what I mean. I don't really go there, but it's good to just be a part of you know, the norm. We did that thing so long. So, oh my God, it was, how long was it, Tracy? About 2 years before we even got a house. Yeah. We were on the road for so long. Wow. That when you come off, you're just like, whoo, so this is what regular life feels like. You know, it was just, I mean, it was a ride. It was a roller coaster ride. I wouldn't change a thing. Well, maybe a few things I would, but I would still do the same thing again, you know. Yeah. But knowing what I know now, I definitely would have done things a little bit differently.
So that's a good question then. What would you tell little young Angie B today? Any advice you would give her?
Ooh, that is so good. Count your money, baby.
Count your chickens. Count your chickens.
You count your money. Mm-hmm. You sign your check, and you make sure it's right. No, no. I really think that dreaming is a big deal. No matter how old you are allowed to dream at whatever age. Like right now, I'm dreaming a different dream, but I'm still dreaming. And dreaming gives you accomplishment. As long as you dreaming it, you can accomplish it. And I've seen a lot of kids just fall by the wayside, just get discouraged because, you know, it didn't happen fast enough. You know, patience is a virtue. You must, if you're going to be in this game for the long haul, because it's really changed a lot, you got to stick to your guns and know that you are who you are and nobody can tell you different.
Now listen, so why do you still look like the little young Angie B? That's my next question is, I mean, you have not aged at all.
He said she didn't smoke weed, Tracy.
Y'all stay away from the marijuanas and stuff.
Look, Tracy. Oh, I can't see you, Tracy. Hold on, let me put my glasses on.
You are gorgeous. Oh my God. Exactly the same.
Oh my God.
Well, look, we got a couple more minutes. I want to squeeze one more song in here, and we got a few more minutes with Angie B.
Oh, dang! Already?
I told you we were going to have fun. Go ahead, TJ Flash. Go ahead. What was it like because when you guys were at the height, everywhere you went, thousands of people were waiting to see you and hear, and all that excitement and the energy, that had to be crazy every night. How did you just deal with that, just knowing that you had to put on, because this is somebody's first time seeing you, so you had to give them something to remember? Is that a lot of pressure? Brian the Code, first time, right?
First concert I ever went to was a Hammer concert, and all y'all was up on stage, and I got to shake somebody's hand. I got to slap hands with everybody that was walking by. And I promised I would not wash my hand for a month. Of course, my mom made me take a bath, but I'm just saying. So, what was that energy like? Yeah, I didn't want to wash it. I had it all out the bathtub.
Well, you know, the audience got you there. The audience pumped you up because they were so loud and so, I mean, the adrenaline that you had when honey, you'll go out there and dance so hard you'll pass out. They would have the ambulance in the back. They would have the ambulance in the back. I promise to God. Folks would be hyperventilating, because the crowd would have you so hype. I'm like, my weave ain't finna fall off tonight. Now I will not. But it was amazing, and I want to say one thing. Tracy, before we go. That one moment where you asked me about the a moment that I could remember was when I went to Oakland. I was living with my auntie, and I didn't really know her, so we kind of got into a thing on something else, and she put me out. So I had to go to this park. It was called Kelly Park, and I had to sleep in my car because I didn't have anywhere else to go. And there was an officer, Shivers, who worked in Oakland. He came. I said, Lord, I don't know what's happening right now, but I need you to give me a sign and let me know I'm going to make it. Everything is going to be all right. This man banged on the window, right? He banged on the window, and he says, you got to leave here, baby. You can't stay here. I'll watch you. He watched me for 3 months. When Hammer made it, I found that man and brought him to the show and all of his friends. And he sat there and we cried. We cried. I know we're running out of time, but it was just amazing. It was an amazing feeling to go back to that station and say to him, Mr. Shivers, do you remember me? He's like, no, baby, I don't remember you. I said, it's B, Angie B. He says, I said, you came to me for 2 months straight to check on me. He's like, oh, this, what? Oh, no, baby. Anyways, when I got up at the Coliseum to sing that song, I pointed out to him and his crew and cried. And it was, that's when I knew I made it. I felt good about that.
That's a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing that.
Well, let me do this because I know everybody here wants to say one last thing to you before we let you go. But so I'm going to start with CJ Flash. Go ahead, Flash, you first.
Just thank you for your contributions musically, spiritually, physically, elevating women, elevating us as a people with your dance and all the things that you've contributed. We really appreciate you. We really do.
Thank you
Ryan
so
Nicole,
much.
Ryan Nicole.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a 7, 8, 9-year-old girl watching Hammer and 357, and honestly, Hammer was the first tape I got. Oaktown's 357 was the next one that I got because I heard your voice on the song.
Wow.
Straight up. And, and then got to see women, repping women from the town, from the place that I was from, repping with so much power and energy and enthusiasm and beauty that, was something I knew I wanted to grow up to be like. So thank you.
You're so welcome. Wow.
Russell Gaywood, your turn.
Y'all gonna make me cry.
Okay, all right. Okay, she gonna make you cry. I'm gonna make you laugh. Okay, true story. True story. There was a concert at the Kaiser Center. I think it was the first time that Hammer really got down at the Kaiser Center, and 357 was on that show. And there was a third member. I can't remember her name.
Little P.
Yes. And you talk about the ambulance. She actually passed out on stage that day. She passed out on stage. It was so much energy. I remember that show. It was Hammer, Heavy D. I can't remember who else was on the show, but Hammer opened and nobody could follow. It was a crazy night.
Oh, is that the night the lights went out? Is that the night?
Exactly. Yes. The Kaiser Center. Yes.
Wow.
Nice. Well, look, I'm gonna go next because I know Tracy's got a lot to say, so I'm gonna be next and let her bring it home for us. I've been talking to Miss Angie B for about a week here now about doing the show. Let me tell you, America, she was a nervous wreck. I don't know why. This is her very first time doing a Zoom. You did it perfect. Like Ryan said, you should be hosting on something, not throwing water on somebody and helping them redo their house, because that energy, that personality, the stories that you're telling, you still got gifts to give. So thank you for blessing us with your time on the show tonight. Tracy, bring it home.
Now, see, I just put on my good mascara, and you don't have me out here with the ugly cry. Don't have to do it. Child, listen, what do I say? What do I say to you and 357? I was only 18, little chubby faced girl, just wanting to work in the music industry. And you guys were always so gracious, so easy to work with. You can't say that about other artists, right? But you and all of our artists on the label were extremely pleasant. Anytime I set up any publicity or marketing effort, you guys were always there on time, professional, dependable. It could be 4:00 in the morning doing radio. You would be there singing, doing your thing. And so I just, I want to salute your professionalism. I also want to salute you as a woman for all that you championed over the years.
Wow.
You're amazing. I've been watching from afar. And your story is very important, Angie.
Wow.
Your story is very important. And so I celebrate you and your courage, and your tenacity. And I think your boldness and 357's boldness helped me come into a level of confidence that I didn't have when I first started working there. Good. So I love you.
I love you. Oh my God, I love you. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me. And Jerry, like I told you before, I'm a fan. This was awesome. I feel like, just in this moment, you guys are just pulling me out of that shell, where I just become so guarded with myself and my music, just kind of just being mom and whatever. But I support you. I support all of you guys in everything you do. It's phenomenal. And we've got to continue to support each other. I love you. And anytime y'all need me, honey, I'd have fun tonight. I'm going to put my pajamas on now. Take these lashes off, baby, because I was ready. I don't know if Jerry told y'all or not, but I was ready to get out. I was like, this ain't no phone call.
I called her up. I said, Angela, Hennessy, Alizé, Cognac, Boyd the Third.